study portion I have finished, but in case study is given in the NCERT book. So that case study is given for preparing soil for pottery. You understand the meaning of pottery or not? Pottery is nothing but a one art of making the utensils with or from soil. Okay. So what is the pottery? Pottery is basically art of making utensils with the help of soil. Okay. So just see in pottery what is there, some steps are there. On the basis of that steps only, those persons who are involved in the pottery industry, they are making the earthen pots. Okay, earthen pots have you seen or not? Matka. Okay, there are so many earthen pots available in the market, and they are good also, more or less way. So try to understand. In preparing soil or pottery, some steps are there. What are these steps? A suitable soil, preferably black soil, is obtained for pottery and soaked for 8 hours. So just see, you might have seen that village areas wherever black soil is there. So there is a great demand of black soil. Because black soil, their water absorption capacity is very high. Since their water absorption capacity is very high, then what would be there? And interparticle gaps are also very small, and their packing is very close. It packed tightly. So the strength of utensils, pot which are made, they will be strong. So try to understand black soil you should take. And now soaked for 8 hours with the water. Now next step is it's kneaded. Kneaded means gudhna. Okay, as your mother is kneading the flour for making the chapati or roti. The same way it should be kneaded with the horse dung and given a desired shape on wheels. So wheel have you seen or not? Wheel, that the person who is involved in the pottery, they will have one wheel, and with the help of that wheel they will give desired shape to the soil which you have soaked for 8 hours with the water. Not only this one, before giving the desired shape, it should be added with the horse dung. If horse dung is not available, cow dung can also be added. They reinforce the strength of pot. The last step is it is then dried for 3 days. Means after giving the desired shape, it should be dried for 3 days, and later it is colored. Whatever color you want, you can color it. And after coloring it, it should be baked in big furnaces are there. In those big furnaces, these pots should be baked, and after baking, they are available for sale. Sometimes what is there? These pots are better than other pots like copper pots, stainless steel pot. And their durability, their beauty is better than those pots. So you should also note down this one in your notebook. Now in this way, formally your chapter of 9 chapter, that is soil chapter, is completely completed. Now I am moving to the NCERT exercises, that is also known as chapter ending exercise. So now here I am writing chapter 9. Chapter name is soil, and now here what is here? NCERT exercises. Here we can write subject science. Science of 7th class. Science of 7th class. Chapter 9. Chapter name soil. NCERT exercises. So as you know, as usual, I will take the help of extra marks and will explain, because most of you may not have books. So the question is also there and their answers are also there. So dear cadets, now pick the most suitable answer in questions 1 and 2. So just see question number 1 and 2, these two are MCQ types. So the first question is, in addition to the rock particles, the soil contains, first one option is air and water, second one is water and plants, third one is minerals, organic matter, air and water, air and plants. That is the fourth option. So it is very obvious that in addition to the rock particle, soil contain minerals, organic matter, air and water. Means option third is the correct one. Now second one, the water holding capacity is the highest in which soil has got the highest water holding capacity? Already I have explained. Here option they have given sandy, clay, loamy, mixture of sand and loam. The correct option is clay soil. Even I have explained why its water holding capacity is very high, because interparticle spaces are less. So the water which it has absorbed, it will not drain quickly. It will be hold there only. And not only this one, their packing is also very tight, very close. So the correct option is the second one, that is clay soil. Next one is match the items in column first with those in column second. So the column first is a home for living, column second large particles. A home for living organism, column second large particle. Upper layer of the soil, all kinds of soil, sandy soil, middle layer of the soil, clay soil, dark in color, small particles and packed tight, lesser amount of humus. So just try to understand. Now if you have to match, correct match you have to see. So answer is written here. A home for living organism is all kinds of soil. Means let it be sandy, loamy or clay soil. Living organisms are present in all types of soil. Upper layer of the soil. What is the color of upper layer of the soil? That is dark in color. Sandy soil, their particles are large. Middle layer of the soil. In middle layer of the soil, what is there? Humus is not there. Clay soil, their particles are small and they packed tight or closely. So in this way, your math the pairs is also over. Now explain how soil is formed. So just see, the soil is formed by the process of weathering. Already for the process of weathering, you have seen the videos. Not only this one, you have undergone the different processes of weathering also. So same thing should be written here. Soil is formed by the process of weathering. In this process, rocks are broken into small particles by the action of wind, water and various other climatic factors. The slow and continuous action of these factors converts massive rocks into fine particles of soil over a period of millions of years. So remember here, formation of soil is not easy process. Sometimes it takes millions of years. So and how it is formed? Because of weathering. What is the weathering? Weathering is the process of breaking down of big rocks into small particles, very fine particles, by the action of wind, water and some other climatic factors. So when the big rocks are broken into very fine particles, those fine particles are only soil, and these fine particles are best suitable for the growth of plants and crops. So soil is acting as a bed for the growth of crops and plants. Next one is, how is clay soil useful for crops? So just see. For any crops, what is the most essential thing? Water, minerals, okay, nutrients. These are required thing for the growth of any crop. Here question is, how is clay soil useful for the crops? So the clay soil has maximum water capacity. So due to which it retains water for absorption by the plant for long period of time. Also clay soil is rich in humus that provides nutrients to the plants for their growth. Thus clay soil is very useful for the crops. So just see, for the growth of any crops, two essential things are there. The first one is the availability of water and second one is the availability of nutrients. Humus. So just see, in the clay soil, both things are available. Its water holding capacity is very high and it is rich with mineral nutrients in terms of humus. That is why clay soil is best suitable soil for crops. Next one is list the differences between clay soil and sandy soil. Just see, loam is in between sandy soil and clay soil in terms of properties. So just see, we are comparing here two extreme properties containing soil. What is that one? Clay soil and sandy soil. When I taught you, point by point I have explained. If you summarize those points in tabular form, your difference is ready. Nevertheless, I am flashing here. Just you can write here. In clay soil, what is there? Soil particles are very fine. Sandy soil, what is there? Soil particles are large. Soil here, in case of clay soil, what is there? Soil particles are compactly bound to each other. Means here, what is there? Packing is very close. In sandy soil, what is there? Due to large size of particle, packing is not close. Now, clay soil has highest water holding capacity because interparticle spaces are less, hence water cannot drain quickly. Here, what is there? Soil has poor. Now, sandy soil, their particle size is large. So, water, even if it will try hard to hold them, because interparticle spaces are more, so they will quickly drain. That is why its water holding capacity is very poor. Next one, soil support the growth of most of the crops. Clay soil, what is there? Clay soil, it is rich with humus, rich with water. Its water holding capacity is very high. That is why it supports the growth of crops. In this case, what is there? Very minimal amount of humus is found. Water holding capacity is also not very high. That is why soil support the growth of only few types of crops which require less amount of water. That like lentil, okay, and gram. All these means crops which require less amount of water that can be grown in sandy soil. It doesn't mean that you can write these 4 points. Whatever points I have told you while explaining the properties of clay soil and sandy soil, all those points you can write, or any 4-5 points you can write as you wish. In this way, your question number 6 is also completely completed. Now, next one is sketch the cross section of soil and label the various layers. Cross section means soil profile diagram you have to write. Okay. Now that in one glass tumbler I have made that diagram. That is the horizontal layer of soil, and cross section is vertical section of horizontal layers. That is soil profile. So this is the diagram. It is given in the NCERT book also. Here also very clearly it is mentioned A horizon, B horizon, C horizon, and bedrock. Bedrock means these are the hot rocks, and it is very difficult to dig them out. Now A horizon is the best horizon for the growth of plants and crops. Not only this one, in this horizon only small animals, microorganisms are present because they get the nutrients and minerals from this layer only. In this way, today I am winding up because you have to write all the exercises. So till question number 6 you should write today. Whatever remaining questions are there, I will explain you tomorrow, and I will introduce you the next chapter also tomorrow only. So it is better first you complete these exercises along with other in between exercises. So just try to understand. I am completing two types of exercise. The first exercise which are in between the chapters, and in daily my 20-minute videos I am giving you those exercises, and I am hoping that you have already completed those exercises. Now second type of exercises are chapter ending exercise, that is the NCERT exercises. Their questions and their answers I am placing here with the hope that you are writing. Again I am telling you, whatever portion will be completed during this period, again it will not be touched, again it will not be completed. So it is better to complete this one. And one more thing is there, these videos are available in the Google Classroom also. And what I am hoping that already you have joined the Google Classroom by furnishing your email ID to your respective class teachers. If you have not joined so far, as early as possible please join, because one stage will come when you will not get the videos in YouTube. What is there? Our school will not give you the link on school website. You will be completely switch over to the Google Classroom only. Right now on experimental basis, on both platform it is available. Near future it may not be available in the YouTube. So it is better to join the Google platform as early as possible.